What is going on, guys? Oh shit, let me restart that. What is going on, guys? It is your boy John Q. Welcome to my channel, baby. So today I'm doing a 1,000-mile review on my 2024 SUR-RON Light BX. I got this thing on April 29th, so it's been just over 2 months. I think we're sitting at 1,029 right now as far as the miles go. Let me check. Let's see, 1,030. I guess I just went a mile from my house. 1,030 miles. As you can see, it's a little dirty. It needs a little cleaning, but I'm gonna kind of give you guys my opinion on this bike so far. 2 months, 1,000 miles. I've done a lot on this bike. We've been through a lot together already. It shouldn't be too long of a review. It is hot out here, and I don't even know if my camera is gonna last. It's sad that it's 9 o'clock and it's already too hot to be out here. But anyway, let's jump right into it, guys. Let's go. All right, so what is there to say about this 2024 SUR-RON Light BX? So first off, let me say that this is my first e-moto. My bike before this was a Ridstar Q20, and if you know what that one is, it doesn't really have nearly as much torque as this thing. It only goes about 33 miles an hour. So I made a big leap to this thing. But right off the bat, if you don't know any of the specs, we got a 6,000 watt motor with a 60 volt, 40 amp hour battery. Oh wow, they're just running red lights like nothing. That's why you gotta watch your ass out here. Are you gonna stop? I don't know. Damn, that could have been my life here. Shit, okay. Anyway. All right, 6,000 watt, 60 volt, 40 amp hour battery. This thing tops out, at least on this speedometer, at 52. Everybody says it's 45 miles an hour. I don't think that, but I've never used a real GPS, and you know what? I don't know that I want to know if it's only going 45. I feel better going 51. 1,000 miles in, and I'm still bone stock on this thing, except the handlebars. The handlebars I ordered on the very first day. I had to get the rise bars just because the other ones were so low. I felt like I was like on a little kid's bike. Anyway, yeah, so completely stock besides the bars. I've literally done nothing to this thing on the 1,000 miles that I've ridden it. So I haven't done anything to the brakes. I haven't done any type of service to anything except change about five tubes so far. But that was at the beginning when I got it, when I wasn't really using any sealants or anything. As far as the brakes go, I hear a lot of people complain about the brakes on this, which I think is understandable because if I'm not mistaken, they're actually bicycle brakes on this thing, and we're going a lot quicker than you're going on a bicycle, a lot more torque than you're gonna have on a bicycle. So I think that possibly in the future I will upgrade my brakes, especially if I'm doing wheelies, but I'm not doing any of that crap right now, and these are working perfect. Hello, mister. I haven't changed any brake pads. I haven't bled the brakes. I haven't done anything that I probably should, but everything is working great so far. My back brake is definitely a little soft right now. I do need to do some maintenance to that, but up to this point, I have done nothing, and the bike is working perfectly fine. So let me show you though. 2 months, 1,000 miles, and honestly, if I clean this up, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's not like brand new. Obviously, we got a bald back tire. I need to get that replaced ASAP. The front tire is looking absolutely perfect. I mean, it's great. When I first got this thing, I was so on the back tire as far as the brakes go and stuff. So I was skidding out, doing a lot of crap that I probably shouldn't have been. The thing that's really happened to this thing is my grips here. And I think that's just because when I put it in my truck, I don't stand it up. I kind of lay it down and I put all the weight on here. And I think that's what happened. Right now, this is a little loose, but that's because somebody dropped my bike at the LA Mega Ride. But anyway, it literally still looks basically brand new if I was to clean it up. But I can't lie, not been a good SUR-RON owner at this point as far as maintaining. I've kind of just been riding and riding and riding, but this thing is holding up. How the hell do I get out of here? I know there's like a side gate to get out of this place. There it is. I'm gonna give the camera a little bit of a break from the sun real quick. Talk to you guys up here real fast. So within these 1,000 miles, I have gone to 5 different states with this thing. So we have ridden in Arizona, Nevada, California, New Mexico, and Texas. All different climates, different terrain, and this thing is handled so nicely that if you're clicking on this video hoping that I talk trash about the SUR-RON, oh, I need something else more powerful, that's not what this is going to be today. Sorry, I'm kind of looking around because I forgot kind of where I am. I'm in, usually there's like couches and stuff over here. So anyway, as far as like climbing hills, I've taken this through water, mud, everything, and it has handled everything perfectly. I've dropped it a few times, but that's going to happen. I mean, could it use some more power? Yes. Will I get an Ultra B in the future? More than likely, yes. But that is not a knock on this thing, because even if I get an Ultra B, I'm always going to ride this Light B. I come up here all the time, and anybody I ride with, I bring them up here. So if there's any marks up here, guaranteed are for me, any bike tracks. So like I said, the brakes have been great. Oh no, don't go over that. What the hell is that? This soft stuff is really tough right now with the condition of my back tire. What a beautiful sight. If it wasn't so hot, I could chill up here all day. One thing I absolutely love about this, I mean, it says it in the name, Light B. And this thing, compared to a lot of the other ones, is light. I think it's 123 pounds without the battery. The battery adds some weight for sure, but oh yeah. See, I'm still loving on that back brake. It's beat up, but it's still alive. So like I said, I've taken this through all kinds of different terrain, through sand, mud, obviously hitting the streets. I've taken it off jumps, through the water. Anywhere you can think, I've taken this thing, and it has done great. I haven't put it through a pressure washer yet. It's funny, I'll do all those things, but I haven't pressure washed this thing yet. I don't know why. I'm freaked out that I'm gonna spray something and I'm gonna lose out on $4,000. If you're in situations where you gotta get out of a certain area quickly, or you gotta get around stuff like this, people just chilling, not caring, doing their drugs, the Light B is perfect for it. I can either go straight through and just run these guys over, or I can just pop on up. You guys are good? And they can just continue on with their drugs, and I can continue on with my ride. It's a win-win, you know what I mean? So yes, this is agile. That's one thing I love about the bike. You can move on it, man. Woo! Now I will say, if you're getting this bike and you're new to e-motors like I was, you gotta be careful the first week or so, because there was a few times where I thought I was gonna lose my life because I just looped. I looped bad. I looped into traffic a couple times. I actually, on my test ride, I went to this guy's house. He's a private dealer, has a bunch of bikes at his house. He's also a professional dirt bike rider. But anyway, that's besides the point. I went over to his house. We went out on a test ride. He was on his 79 Falcon, and everything was going good. I popped it in the sport mode, and we stopped at this 4-way stop. And it was our turn to go. All of a sudden, just out of nowhere, I'm wheeling down the street. I've never wheelied in my life, but I'm like holding this wheelie, finally get this damn thing to come down, and I don't wreck it, and the guy's just staring at me like, holy shit. Like, thank you for not wrecking, but goddamn, calm down, bro. I think he expected that I already knew how to ride. So, yeah, but he gave me some tips, kind of taught me where to sit on the bike, and yeah, so just be careful. Before I bought this thing, I did so much research, especially after I broke my wrist. I was like, man, when I come back, I'm no longer going to be on the Ridstar. It's kind of clapped. I need to make a purchase. I need to make a big splash and kind of help get my YouTube going as well. So I was looking into everything, and all you ever hear about the SUR-RON, it's either you love it, or oh my god, it's slow. It's slower than everything out the box. So a stock SUR-RON supposedly goes about 45. I think I'm going faster than 45. I believe this speedometer, and I'm pretty sure I'm going 51, 52 top speed. Maybe I will do a GPS test before this video is up. But anyway, so all those reviews saying that, like, once you hear something enough, you kind of get it in your mind. You're like, oh man, do I really want to spend this money on something that's slower than everything else out there. And I was so close to buying a Talaria. You know what? I almost skipped e-bikes altogether and bought a Honda Grom, and I'm so glad I didn't do that. That would have done nothing for me. That's not really an urban exploration kind of bike. So glad I didn't do that. But anyway, actually the day I bought this thing, I was gonna go look at a Talaria in Mesa at some motorsports dealer, and I found this guy. He was closer to me. He hit me up quickly, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go take a look at this real quick. And yeah, that was it, man. It was love at first sight. This is one of my favorite things. Other than like staircases and stuff, I love coming into these canals and washes. Although this is usually where I pick up my flat tires, I think. You can't really go through here without hitting glass and all kinds of other shit. So yeah, I was going back and forth. I really thought the Talaria was gonna be the purchase. I already had it. Was the all red. It actually looked really nice. It was cherried out. I liked it. It looked good. But I never even got the opportunity to even test ride it, because the second I got my hands on that SUR-RON, it was over. And the guy I bought it from, he had multiple SUR-RONs, but I think he got paid more if he sold the 79 Falcons. So he was really, really pushing me on those. And I didn't even want to get on it, man. I sat on it for a second, but I knew what he was doing. So I was like, bro, like, you were not going to convince me otherwise. I'm not coming in here with a 70. I'm not coming in here trying to buy a SUR-RON Light B, and you're going to send me on something I've never heard of in my life, a 79 Falcon. Although it looks to be a great bike. I don't think there's anything wrong with the Falcon. If you have any questions, once this video is over, it does not mean that the review is done. If you guys have any questions I can answer, you can always hit me up in the comments. I don't really like the vibes back here, just because the simple fact there's so much glass. Let me get up out of here. If there was things I could change about this bike, what would it be? I think one of the most annoying things about this bike, and it's not even that bad, is just the simple fact that unless you purchase a switch, you cannot turn the headlight off. Like, I don't need my headlight on during the day, and I also don't need to drain my battery. The battery life, for me, like I said, this is my first e-moto. I have nothing to compare it to, but I have heard a lot of people say that the Light B's battery is not as good as the E-Ride Pros or the Talarias or whatnot. I don't know how true that is, but this one, with the 40 amp hour, 60 volt, I get 35 miles usually on sport mode, and that's like usually pinning it a lot as well. So I don't know. So I went to the Los Angeles Mega Ride, and it was a 30-mile loop. I had it on sport mode the whole time, but we were going slow. I was just chilling. We were out there for over 3.5 hours, maybe even longer, and I got back to the hotel with 67% battery. So if you could do a whole ride out and still have well over half of your battery, I mean, that's great. Obviously, if you're pinning it the whole time, just full speed, it might only last you 20 miles or so, but I don't know that there's a lot of people out there doing that, and that's not my thing. If that's your thing, then yeah, maybe a different bike, maybe a different battery. I don't know. Battery life, in my opinion, is great. It does exactly what I need it to do. I get 30 to 35 miles every time I get out here, which gives me plenty of time to make a video, put some content together, and then I go home. It usually doesn't take any more than 3 hours to charge, sometimes 2.5 or so, and you're just right back at it. I haven't had to do a single thing with this bike. The biggest influence I had on buying this bike was John Hicks. He was my motivation to start this channel. Everybody thinks it was the Lizard Hunter and that shit, but nah, it was definitely John Hicks. And just everything I heard him say about this thing is, it was reliability. You turn it on, you go, and that's that. There's no other bullshit you got to deal with. And so far, so good. I don't want to jinx myself or anything. Except flat tires, there has not been one issue. And I put this thing through a lot. Through jumps, through hills, through water, through everything. I've dropped it a few times, kind of being hard on it. I'm really trying to like think of things right now that I could say that I just do not like about it. Actually, I got one. So this one in particular, I don't know if it's the same with every other one, but if I have this thing off, or even right now, here, I'll stop and show you guys. You know, like if you have like an RC car and you don't have it on and you kind of just, you roll it back and forth, it just makes this loud like whining noise. This bike does that. I don't know if you can hear that, but it just, anytime you're pushing, like I'm pushing around my house, it'll be turned off. It just makes crazy noises like it's a robot. So I don't know if that's normal, but I haven't had any issues with it. So I'm just gonna assume it's just a loud talker. It likes to talk. So we went over the torque. We went over the battery, top speed. I'll tell you one thing though. I'm so glad that this is the bike I got for so many reasons. I could go on all day, but especially I bought this thing while I was still healing, still am healing from broken bones. And I don't even have half of my strength probably right now, but I can still basically bunny hop this thing. I can get over any type of curbs. I'm not worried about the weight on this at all. It's a little heavy with the battery in it when you're kind of maneuvering it, like trying to get in the truck or whatever, but that's nothing. You can just get a ramp and you're good. You know what my biggest worry was though, before buying this, and even when it was in the back of the truck when I was taking it home, I was like, man, did I just make a mistake? Because at that time, this is when LA like really started to kind of crack down on their e-bikes, and I think everybody's going to kind of follow suit. So that was just kind of like the talk, like cops are cracking down on e-bikes, especially SUR-RONs, if you don't have pedals, blah, blah, blah. So I was worried about it, and I remember when I first bought it, the very first video I made on it, there was multiple comments like, damn, I mean, cool bike, but now you can't go here and there and show us these spots. And in my head, I'm like, I was scared, but I was like, nah, I bought this bike for that. I'm doing it. But I was definitely worried that I was going to have some problems. And I haven't had a single issue yet, knock on wood. The other day, it was at the very end of one of my videos, so you might not have seen it. But I was mobbing on the wrong side of the road, like through the dirt here. And there was a scooter coming, so I got over in the dirt. And I was going damn near full speed down these rocks on the wrong side of the road. And there was a red light coming up, and I was like, screw it, I'm good, there's no cars around. I'm running the red light, and there's a cop right there at the intersection waiting at that light to come this way. And no doubt he saw everything I was doing. He saw me acting a fool. That was the one time I was scared, so I kind of cut off in the neighborhood and took off. I doubt he was looking for me, but I go by cops every single day. I went by a cop just earlier. I almost did my intro next to a cop, but I left him alone. But they have other crap to worry about. So as long as you're not out endangering people's lives, should be good. But don't take my word for it. It is not my fault if you get your shit impounded. But that's what I'm worried about. You can't register these. So if your bike gets impounded, how are you showing proof of purchase and all that? Like, dude gave me like this little proof of purchase paper like that SUR-RON made. I got like this little fake ass proof of purchase, little Chinese writing and everything. I don't think that's gonna do any good for me. I think that's just SUR-RON's way of trying to make it seem like a legit vehicle. I don't know, but I don't want to find out. So let's not get impounded. And I'm not saying I would run from the cops, but there are certain situations, man, where they actually really can't catch you. Like if you know the roads you're in, like if you know the area you're in, you can get anywhere in this thing. And obviously the cops cannot. That was a sick little spot. Didn't realize there was a person under there. This is what I do on an everyday basis on this bike. So I go from the streets to the rocks to the dirt, through tunnels, water, drainage. It does great. Even right now, like it almost feels like my tire's flat just because it's so cushy and bouncy. Watch, my tire's flat. I've never been in these tunnels. And it really looks like they don't lead to anything fun. Okay, it's a little sketch. But yeah, guys, this is why I have this bike. Urban exploration at its finest. Absolutely love it. Whew. Okay, I don't want to stick around here for too long. I'm just getting some creepy vibes right now. One thing I don't like, I don't know if it can be taken off. It's not even a huge deal, but there's a drop sensor. So anytime I'm messing around in the dirt and maybe I drop the bike, it senses that it dropped and kind of cuts off, and then you got to turn it back off, or turn it off and turn it back on to get it going again. Dude, my ears are ringing like hell. What is going on out here? Ow. Okay, let's go through this weird shit. Oh man, I got shorts on right now. This is not fun. But whose fault is that? I knew where I was going. Woo! Okay. Let's get through my other tunnels here and get over to my fun little spot that I like to ride. Gotta be careful with that back tire, man. It is ready to go at any moment. Woo! Yeah, this thing has plenty of speed for what you need. If I'm going 51, and I rarely am hitting that, I mean, usually I'm just cruising, like, what do I need another 10 miles an hour for? The torque might be nice, but the top speed, I mean, yeah, if I'm gonna get more torque, give me a little bit more top speed, but I'm just saying, like, the speed is not really what I'm, that's not a make or break for me. Especially when you're learning, like this is gonna be a perfect one for my kids to ride. Just learn how to maneuver a dirt bike or any type of bike for that matter. I'm not attempting that out here by myself, fall on my ass. Pretty sure I always go down like the same one. Let's pick a different one today. Tunnel number 4, you are the lucky winner today. Keep that light pointed down just so I can see. They look like fresh piss. But this is exactly why I have the bike, man. Exploring is so, like, that's my life right now. Urban exploration is everything. Whew. All right, let's get some speed, baby. All right, we're chilling at 49 the speedometer right now. Oh shit, watch out, John. But like I said, I don't know how accurate it is, but I've hit 52 and it feels like a good 52, especially when I'm flying past cars on the street. I'm pretty sure it's accurate, at least within 1 or 2 miles per hour. I keep saying this about everything, I guess, but stairs, like just big wall rides, those are so much freaking fun. And I'm starting to love jumps too, but I do need to replace the pegs. That's one thing. These pegs, the second you get them, you need to replace them if you're trying to do jumps or really anything. They're tiny. They're not really cut out. 76%, we are straight right now. Let's go right up and just climb this hill real quick. Show you guys some of its climbing abilities. Woo! I'm not sure if you could tell on camera, but I just did a ridiculous wheelie off of that jump. Not on purpose either. Hello. Hello. How we doing? How we doing? Hello. Are you guys subscribed? No? Hello. Hello. All right. Let me double check real quick. It's feeling so soft. You can see how bald these tires are. Like anything can penetrate. But I do have that sealant in there, and I swear that sealant has just been saving my life. Oh no, that's a lot of shit. Ooh. Flat right now would be no fun. Hopefully I fall to the left, not straight down this hill. Howdy. Let's cut back through old Crackhead Canyon. I say that, but it's actually peaceful down here. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Homie was in his underwear. He's sleeping no differently than I would sleep in my bed at home. This guy's out in the desert in his chones. Oh, hello. Hi. Don't worry, I'm not one of them. They not like me. They not like me. Oh shit, are you not fenced in? But yeah, guys, so far, this bike has not led me wrong. I'm sure I've had a couple bad experiences or bad days on it, but probably wasn't because of the bike. If you guys are enjoying this video, find it informative, or just enjoying the ride and the scenery, slap that like button, please, and consider subscribing. This is what I do. Just the versatility of this bike. I mean, I'm sure there's so many good bikes out there. I mean, for $5,000-6,000 bucks, you can buy a lot of bikes out there that probably do just as well as this one, I'm sure. But this is the one I have. This is the one that I have experience in, and I love it. I would not tell anybody not to get it, unless you're coming from like a dirt bike background. But even then, you're buying the SUR-RON for a reason. You know what you're getting. You know it's not a gas bike. The Light B does not have that kind of torque and never will. And Ultra B, I don't know, do they? I have no idea how they compare to the gas bikes. But as far as the Light B goes, yeah, you know what you're getting. You're not getting this bike to compete with your KTM or whatever it is you got. Uh-oh. Damn. Hopefully old man's got his AC on. God, I'm really abusing this back tire. That's one thing I can say. I've been abusing this bike. I mean, I'm sure other people will ride harder than me, but I've been abusing this damn bike, man. And it's doing what it needs to do. Being over here reminded me that I have one other negative about the purchase of the SUR-RON, but not, like, it's not the bike's fault. It's actually totally not the bike's fault. It has nothing to do with the actual bike itself. But before on my other bikes, I've gotten used to this one bike store. They've kind of taken care of everything for me. They helped me when I broke my wrist. I was actually right outside of their store, and they got me inside, got me some water, whatever. But I used to get all my stuff from there. I used to get all my tubes and my sealants and my rubber, my chains, everything. And then I went there on my first flat tire with my SUR-RON. I was like, hey, I need this tube. And they do not carry that size, man. So they sent me to this spot right here called Screwy Louie's. Luckily, it's right down the street from my house. But I liked where I was over at XL e-bikes, so it kind of sucks that I got to come over here now. But this place is cool. They got lots of bikes to look at. Different SUR-RONs, Talarias, Falcons, Altus, whatever. So, yeah. That's a con, I guess. I can't go back to my XL bike store anymore. So shout out to those guys. Keep doing you. But it's Screwy Louie all day now, I guess. When I get it tatted, Screwy Louie. We're kind of a big deal. Have you guys tried the big dill meal? Literally like dill pickle flavored meal at Sonic. I tried it. The whole meal was bomb except the slushie. It was literally a pickle flavor slushie. And I want to barf just talking about it right now. God damn it. And I'm a person that will actually drink pickle juice. Like, it's such a good way to get hydrated. I'll drink pickle juice all the time if I had it just laying around. But pickle juice, slushy, or whatever the hell they got over there, no thank you. All right, there's a reason I'm going back this way, guys. In one of my previous videos, I did a whole little skit. It was a joke about Elon Musk allowing me to give away a Tesla and give a discount code for like online Tesla purchases. I had a lot of people use this fake discount code to try to win the Tesla. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I was pretty obvious that this was not a real thing, especially when the code was BS giveaway, like bullshit giveaway. But I mean, I get it. You can get excited when you hear something like that. But no, I'm not giving away any Teslas at the moment. But you never know. You never know. One day, maybe. Let's just get a good shot. I don't care what anybody says. Still love them. Electric on electric. That's going to be my driveway very soon. All right, guys. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope this gave you some information on the Light B that maybe you didn't know already, or maybe you're just looking for some reassurance. But I'm telling you, if you are on the fence, don't wait any longer. What are you waiting for? Get this bike already. It's going to change your life. It's changed mine. 1,000 miles gone in less than 2 months. Like, come on, guys. Like, there's not a better feeling than a SUR-RON between your legs. The SUR-RON. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all watching, especially if you made it to the end. Until next time, you guys stay safe out there. I'll see you on the next one. Peace!